we doing a sit down. Spirit kind of jumped on us to do because of the fact that, give me that scripture, fool the elect. If it was all possible, fool the elect, the elect. Deceive the very elect. Anyway, before, they talking about these chariots and this, that, and the other, and they're talking about how they shot down a UFO and all this other kind of stuff, and this, that, and the other. They shot down a UFO, but they did shoot down a chariot. So before we get started with that, we want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rekah Kodash, to the apostles and the elders of GMS out of New York, elder bishops out of Connecticut, and the apostles down in Texas. We send double honors because they do well. For the brethren around the world, pushing this truth uncut, unfiltered, give you the good, bad, and ugly of the scriptures, correctly breaking down the prophecies and the interaction with the people on the planet, declaring war on it. We send salutations with no ups and no filters. We send salutations. But hopefully, we hope this is edifying. For the Aqua, pure and true, that's listening sincerely and charity, keep doing so. For the Scorn and Scoffing, reprobate 2/3 Israelites and 17 other nations who are joined to this man's system, as they say, the beast system. We're going to, like I said, we're going to let y'all beat you and do you, and we'll see who gets the last laugh at the end. So anyway, with that being the case, read that. Yeah, read that.
This is Matthew 24 and 24. For there shall arise false messiahs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
So this Edomite, first of all, this whole thing you see going on with the ushering in of the sea hip, pursuant to Revelation, the 13th chapter, the 16th verse, the 14th chapter, something like 8th to 9th verse, whatever it might be, and so on, is about this Edomite wanting to be God, okay? And in the process of him wanting to be God and want to make himself up to be just that, as it says in Isaiah 14th chapter or whatnot, he want to set his heel up on high. He knows now that with all the prophesying and all the stuff that's coming out of GMS, it's going to be 100% on point, that he's now got to start trying to shape the narrative a little bit on these UFOs and whatnot. See, they call them unidentified. See, they went back to the old thing because that's what they know everybody understand. UFO. Mm-hmm. They had changed it to phenomenon or whatever.
UAO or unidentified aerial
phenomenon, something like that. Yeah. Right. So they changed it, but for this particular setup, they went back to the old cliche UFO because they know everybody understands that. Everybody can wrap their mind around it. Everybody knows the movies and the UFOs and this, that, and other. So if you're not familiar with what this term means or that term means, let me use a term that you're familiar with. Okay? But he said to fool the very elect. Guess what? There's a good guy and a bad guy in this whole scenario. There's the elect of Israel and Esau and the rest of the world. Okay? And so now they put that out there to first help lullaby the 2/3 to sleep, but then to make us think that you can shoot down a chariot. Well, like the scripture says, what? Read it again. If it was at all possible.
Yep, I got it. One moment. This is Matthew 24 and 24. But there shall arise false messiahs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, shall deceive the very elect.
So now they want to try to start putting this thing out to see if they can deceive the very elect, which is not going to happen. Why? Because we go hear something like this in the news, see right through it. Give me not being Satan devices, not being deceived by Satan's devices. Okay. So they want to think that we're going to be deceived by Satan's devices because of the fact that, no, how the fuck y'all shoot down a chariot when we know you can't even touch a chariot? Okay? Read that.
2 Corinthians 2, and I'm trying to see what the point is.
11. Right.
To whom you forgive anything, I forgive also. But if I forgave anything, to whom I forgave it, for your sakes forgave I it in the person of Messiah. That Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices.
So we're not ignorant of his devices. First of all, like I said, it's all about the salvation of the very elect anyway. So to not be able to have us fall prey to that, he says he's going to make us aware of his devices. He's going to have the spirit on us that as we watching these things and we seeing these things, what's real we gonna be able to understand and know because it's gonna line up with scriptures, and what's bullshit we gonna be able to understand and know because they don't line up with scriptures. You didn't shoot that. The UFO you shot down was not that of a chariot. It was not. Whatever you got, you pull
like kind of 2 Thessalonians 2 and 7, I'm gonna go down. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. On he you will now will let us be taken out of the way. Hey, and the other quoted you brought out Matthew that we're not ignorant of devices, all right, and also that if it was possible he would deceive the very elect. Well, the elect is not going to be deceived by smoke and mirrors, man. All right, so we actually read the scriptures. We actually have faith. Okay, we know that the Lord has made nothing imperfect. All right, so you mean to tell me the Chariots who are able to take a nuclear missile, right, and disarm it in mid-flight?
Exactly, absolutely.
Okay, or to go over these nuclear bases and to
and power them up, shut them down, power them up, all these other kinds of things. Yeah, go ahead.
Right? Do you think the Lord going for things that are able to do that? You got to think that an F-16 fighter jet is going to be able to take one down. But even the Air Force admits that they can't. They can't stop on it down.
Yeah, they can't run it down. They can't. Like the brother said. See, there's the pursuant to Isaiah, is it 64:8? Their tongues shall fall upon themselves.
I'll get it.
Yeah. They've let us know what these things are doing. They let us know what's happening. Okay. If it's not Psalms 64:8.
I got it right here.
Okay.
You say you got a bad memory. I wish I had no bad memory. For real, man. Psalm 64:8 says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
So see, they already let us know that they can't match the physics of Yahweh Shah, because they've already let us know that the things that the real chariots that they've been chasing after and following behind can do the things that defy the physics of this Edomite. Mm-hmm. Okay, even though he gave him the physics to be able to break down matter and be able to make atomic weapons, nuclear weapons, and things of this nature. Now, they still don't have the ability to, as they say, that's it breaks certain laws of thermodynamics and things of this nature, like perpetual motion. Mm-hmm. Perpetual motion is something that, it's got to be an exertion of energy and whatnot to overset whatever physical restrictions that's going to be in the atmosphere, whether it be gravity or whatever the case.
Force.
Yeah, exactly. Force itself, exactly. So that whole thing being what it is, perpetual motion in Esau's kingdom is something that can't happen because it breaks down the third law of thermodynamics. But that doesn't pertain to the Lord. Why? Because gravity being what it is, but he can offset gravity.
He created gravity.
Exactly.
All right. Hey, the Lord is the manipulator of elements.
Exactly.
All right. Just like the elect, just like the angels, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, the Lord gave us powers, man. Mm-hmm. All right. Hey, yeah, we're not as mighty as we used to be. Okay, but we have the
looking forward to trying to get back.
Come on, man. So the Lord's not going to have chariots shot down, man.
Exactly.
That shows a sign of weakness, man.
Right.
All right. The Lord is going to come traveling the greatness of His glory.
Right.
All right. Hey, if we're not going to fall through or get left behind, how much do you think a heavily chariot is going to be able to get shot down,
right,
by a tracer missile or whatever Esau has.
Yeah, but how can it even? Like I said, that was the whole thing that made the Navy pilots in the first place show up here in the past year or two, whatnot, speaking what they speaking. And then that guy that was doing the stuff for the military, you know, the Northern Kingdom dude with the small goatee, kind of muscular build and whatnot, he was doing a lot of research for him as well. And these types of things, and you know, like I said, the whole thing being what it was or what it is right now is that they done told on themselves. And we know that they can't do these types of things. The thing can run literally light years in speed. Okay, light years in speed. They've shown things in space observation. You know, these what's like the planet, not the planet, is it the planetarium where they look at the stars and all this other kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Right. You know, they will show different things where, you know, they show you something and you don't even see it. And then they slow it down a million times or whatever, and you can see this little chariot just booking it across the damn thing. To the naked eye, you can't even see it. Okay, it's moving so fast. Okay, but now you want to tell me you was able to shoot down a real chariot? Like you said, they disarmed a missile. Missile traveling at 3,000, 4,000 miles per hour in the chariot, roll up on it.
Sit next to it.
Yeah, roll up on it. Remember that one we saw where it rolled up on it, hit it with a blue tractor beam, sped up in front of it, hit it with a tractor beam coming out the thing, slid over to the right side, other side of it, hit it with a tractor beam, and took off this way, and the damn thing disintegrated.
Smoked out. You know, and you mean to tell me that Esau was the basis of men? Are you going to be able to, because what it is, it's some psychological warfare for you.
Exactly.
All right? It's trying to create doubt in that America's going to last forever and that Esau's going to be victorious over the Lord. All right? And that's no way, man. All right? All those fallen aliens with the big head.
Right.
Hey, look, you ain't capturing no angel, man.
Exactly.
All right?
You know what? And the reason that they even gave the alien a big head is because he wanted to represent a motherfucking angel with an afro.
Yeah, because the afro up and made a big head on him.
Yeah, because that, like, hey, you take this, and make it all just one big head in the same color, as opposed to you see this, you know, with this dark skin, now you got this big old halo afro on it and whatnot. So they just make this all green and whatnot.
Hey, you know, back in the second Thessalonians.
Go ahead.
All right, because the mystery of iniquity does already work.
Go ahead.
Only you now who will let you be taken out of the way. All right, and the mystery of Esau being who he is being revealed now, man.
Yeah, his technology and all the other stuff that he thinks makes him a god is now being exposed and shown for what it really is. Go ahead.
That's right. It says, verse 8, it says, then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy the brightness of his coming. This is the point. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Now we know they got all these high-tech classified operations going on, part of Blue Beam and you know these CERNs and these all these other type of so-called artificial intelligent displays of superiority.
Right.
All right, because they even have you showing you things where there's a portal, right?
Right.
And they've got these ships going in and coming out. Like those things are not. Those things are beyond Esau's capabilities, man. All right.
Yeah, he can't open up a black hole.
That's right.
And this, that, and the other.
That's right.
And whatnot, you know, because he doesn't have that technology. Give me I got it. Go ahead. Elaborate on what you was doing.
Right, because this back in verse 10 it said, and with all deceivableness and unrighteousness, and them that perish because they received not the love of the Most High and the truth that they might be saved. And for this cause, the Most High shall set them strong illusion that they should believe a lie. So you guys actually believe that Esau is going to be able to destroy the Lord, man. All right, and that was the case. The second Exodus had no point.
Okay.
All right, because Esau he's going to be so scared that he got to fight the Lord. The Lord's going to make him fight.
Exactly.
All right, but he cherished these so-called UFOs that are shooting down. Hey, they're not coming from the Lord. Okay. All right, but I tell you what is coming from the Lord. that chariot that was over there over Turkey.
Right. Exactly.
All right, the chariots over Ukraine.
That's it.
They ain't shooting them down.
Exactly. And how you going to shoot it down when the Lord says this? And this is actually directed to His elect anyway. And here's how prolific. See, you got to understand the mindset of Yahweh Shah. He's dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
He's way over the top when he wants to be. When he wants to be over the top, he say, you want to talk about where you think we get the idea of flexing from?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's straight from the Father. Okay, but here's how balanced he is. I've got it in you. Why? Because it says the creature is subject to vanity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that means that you will have some vanity and some flexing that you want to do. But he also tells you in the same word that he tell you about yourself there, that, but I'm only fucking with a humble spirit.
Yep.
So you got to figure out how to balance this. You got to figure out this ride and how to do it. And until I make your ass perfect, this is gonna be part of your battle.
Yep.
Okay?
You gotta find a way.
You gotta find a way to do it. So with that being said, here's how he flexes. Because he'll put something, he'll give you it in old time in the scripture, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years before it ever happened. And then tell you in the same breath that he said that the elect is not going to have to worry about it. This is Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals. That's your nuclear physicists and things of this nature that came up with how to create the hydrogen bomb, then the atomic bomb, and now the nuclear bomb. Okay, yeah, he brought them along in stages and steps. You had to figure out how to even get to an atom first to even be able to start figuring out how to manipulate it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you had to figure like when Apostle Ricard came up here the first time and we was all next to the house. Me and you went over there and was like, "What you got going, Pops? What's up? Mm-hmm. Well, you got a question?" I'm like, "No, I'm just here to hear you talk."
That's it.
Because I couldn't even figure out how to form the question. I didn't have enough intuition and knowledge spiritually to even form a question. So just
a sensible one. They make you look stupid.
Exactly. So with that being said, so you have to then turn around and you have to be able to ask a question. You got to have a reasonable amount of knowledge to even figure out how to form it to get it to go this way so you can ask that question. And I didn't know that. So with this being here, this is what the Lord is literally saying to him. He said, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire." Okay, that's your nuclear physicist. "And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. I have created the waster to destroy." So he created the technology that this man has stepped through up to the point where he's got bombs now that could take out Texas with one bomb. Mm-hmm. and so forth and so on. But now look at the very next verse. "No weapon that is formed against..."
I had that. Go ahead.
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall raise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh. So he said, you know what? You're doing what you're supposed to do, you know, and this, that, and the other. First of all, you're going to be in your lot doing what you're supposed to do. And if you're one of my servants, the shit they got going is not going to affect you. It's not going to come before you. It's not going to hit you. Some going to be transposed or whatnot. Some going to be beheaded and whatnot. But having to deal with that nuclear fire, we don't have that as part of the thing. That's not part of the thing. See, you all not understanding that he said that he's going to destroy everything in about an hour, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so an hour to the Lord could feel like 42 years to you.
You know what? And as a spirit, we brought that out yesterday at the main camp. You know, we talk about how the Lord is a master of time.
Oh yeah, he's a manipulator of time. Remember he with the king. Go ahead.
No, you got it.
With the king, he asked him if you want me to move time forward and move it back and whatnot. The king was like, you know, if you move it forward, I might think it was just nature itself doing what it does. But if you move it back, then I know it was you. So he made the move back time.
I know during the time of Joshua, during the battle.
Oh, he held the time up.
You know,
he held the sun up in one spot for 23 hours or something like that. Man,
the whole day.
Yep.
You know, and also I want to speak. I'm speaking as a man about this loosely repeating. Well, maybe I shouldn't even say it like this. It was broken down in a sense by the apostles that the amount of time in the truth was 30 something, however many years, is less than an hour.
Right.
According to the Lord.
Right.
So the Lord can have you, you know, I'm just speaking as a man, the Lord can have you sitting in that lake of fire, burning.
And it feels like a 4 hour. It feels like a
40 something years.
Yeah, it feels like 40 some years for real and whatnot. When in actuality,
it's only been an hour.
He said, I'm a smoke the place in an hour.
Yep.
Okay, but an hour to you in that place with no way to pull yourself out of it.
That's right.
Is what you got to understand.
You're going to dwell in torments, man.
Yeah, you go dwell in it. You go live in it and whatnot. Gnashing of teeth, the whole deal. So you are not understanding. You don't have the technology to shoot down an actual chariot of Yahweh Shah. Okay, you don't have the technology for that. Okay, like I said, there's too many things that's been shown. There's too many things. You don't have the technology to even be able to fathom the size of it. Okay, because you do what you've done with Will Smith and Independence Day, the sizes of those. Guess what? You got that from measuring it from out there in outer space. It had something that was like almost 22 miles wide, and if it crossed in front of it, like this ain't my finger, you're looking at it and it's 22 miles wide, and I have something that crossed in front of it, and I can see that in it. So I'm saying, so I know that's wider than 22 miles wide because this is 22 miles wide, so it's bigger than that. So
Cause look, really, I've been telling themselves from day one, you just had to read between the lines.
Exactly.
But now the Spirit had the Spirit of the Lord has
lowly as men getting an understanding and being able to pull it out and break it out. Go ahead.
Right, and using Esau's technology, man.
Right.
Going to his data, you know, his websites, going to NASA pictures, going to certain visuals of other armies, of other government armies, and seeing that no, this is real, man. All right, the Lord is not going to have anything Esau can gloat in as a victory over him, man. You see.
The ultimate puppeteer is going to leave you. Who go have you able to pull the string and pull the puppet master and pull the puppet master off the fucking perch.
Hey, this ain't the Wizard of Oz, man.
Exactly.
Toto ain't coming over there trying to take down the Lord, man.
Exactly.
I got something real quick, Pop. You quoted it.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel 28:2. The Son of Man say unto the Prince of Tyrus, thus says the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up. Thou said, I am God. I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. But behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. All right? So with thy wisdom, thou am gotten understanding, that thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By great wisdom and by thy traffic, as thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches, right? Therefore, thus says the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast set thy heart as the heart of the Most High. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. Hey, that shameful spewing, is all over America right now. You're being reviewed. All right, everybody knows that you're a liar. Everybody knows about your project Bluebeam and all your illusions, all these lying wonders, the Neuralink, the RFID, micro hip, which is the Charisma, which is the MOTB.
Right.
Hey, all these things are being revealed, man. It's being revealed so much You got Esau talking about, yeah, this got to be the MOTB.
Right. Yep.
It's been so much that
they can't even deny it now.
They can't, man. All right, and like we said yesterday, they can't. If you don't believe us, I know you believe Esau.
Right.
Just go to Esau's records, man, and he's gonna show you everything that we saying is true, and that he cannot defeat Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man.
You got any more?
No, go that was it.
Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, this is and the title on this in my book in Ezekiel, the 32nd chapter, it says what? The Lamentation for Pharaoh, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good chapter. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna get okay, I'm going to go 32, Ezekiel 32. I'm read I'm starting 7, 32 and 7. And when I shall put thee out, I will cover the heaven and make the stars thereof dark. I will cover the sun with a cloud, and the moon shall not give her light. What is it talking about? He on the earth, on the planet, okay? Or whatnot, because when nuclear weapons are used, clouds are formed. Okay, you have those types of things. All the bright lights of heaven will I make dark over thee, and set darkness upon thy land, says Lord Yahweh.
Right. It also goes to the amount of missiles that's going to be in the air, man.
Right. Yeah, actually, yeah, because there's gonna be so many that go dark in the cloud and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Yep, it's gonna be like a cloud rolling in. There gonna be so many of them. Mm-hmm. I will also vex the hearts of the many people when I shall bring thy destruction among the nations into the countries which thou hast not known. Okay, so now this is back then. So what country had we not known then? This one. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I will make many people amazed at thee, and their king shall be horribly afraid for thee when I shall brandish my sword. That's what we just read in the 54:16. That's what we just read. When I will brandish my sword before them, and they shall tremble at every moment, every man for his own life in the day of thy fall. Okay, so the Lord ain't sending Yahweh Shah back here on no motherfucking
blank mission.
Go out there and recon it and come back. No, this is stormtrooper. We already know what they got. And just go over there and like the end of Players Club and make me feel.
Yeah, do something to make me feel good.
Do something to make me feel good. Smoke this motherfucker. This motherfucker that I created to teach my flock, my people, the how to be humble, how to be subservient, and take it on in immortality and not have to question it because they've seen what it's like when they're on the outside looking in, and I'm pissed off. So when I program them right, they're not gonna have them thoughts about I wonder what it'd be like if I can go off or do this and do that. And I'm looking forward to the program.
Because it all goes back to the deliverance of Egypt. All right, you had a generation that saw the works of the Lord. You had some that didn't see the works of the Lord. All right, and you're like, man, well, where are the works of the Lord that y'all talked about?
Right.
Where's the great power and deliverance that you said the Lord is going to give us? Why we sit here in this condition? And right now, the Lord is revealing the same thing revealing to us, man. Back in ancient Egypt, man.
That's right.
All right. Hey, we're that generation like, look, hey, we believe on the works of the Lord. Hey, we didn't see him, but we believe on him.
Anyway.
All right. And now we're starting to see him. Like, yes, we know the Lord is coming back, man.
Come.
Hey, the Lord never left, man.
Right.
All right, because what Esau doesn't tell you is that they've been so-called trying to study the chariots, and they come up with all these little documentaries and things saying like, yeah, they've been they be coming here to study us and all that. No, they be coming here and watching, man.
That's it. They been keeping an eye on it and whatnot. Come on, motherfuckers. We got to do something. Do we need to do something to make this progressive?
Speed up.
Exactly.
And that's what.
Go ahead.
No, perfectly right. Y'all just think about that, Father, because they're here. Hey, they're messengers, man, and they're giving reports. Now they're a little behind on the nuclear reactor. And let's get them to,
right.
The intelligence for China or for India or Turkey to create them a nuclear bomb. Oh, they doing too much over here. Let's shut them down and put them back a little bit. Or because what they're not releasing on film is all the chariots that's over there in Ukraine, man.
Since that war done jumped off,
there's been chariots every day, man.
So they don't want you to know that, and that's why America is sending so much fucking military aid over there to deal with it.
Freaking GMS Austin, right? They just what is that? GMS Austin, Texas says chariots, UFO sign deliverance, man.
Right.
Hey, we ain't talking about nothing else about the salvation of Israel, man. All right, hey, Lord, what are we, the prophets? We the men of the Lord, we're the watchmen, and this is what we're prophesying about, man. All right, we're not going to argue on no trivial ass new covenant when we know we're not in it.
Absolutely.
Come on, man.
Absolutely. And we're not. No. Like I said, you're in the new covenant. Fine. Okay, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Right. You already understand it. You already saved already.
So for us to have to be down here and have to deal with what the Lord had told us how long until the destruction shows up.
That's it.
Okay, we gonna do what we told to do. All right.
We ain't delivered yet.
We ain't delivered yet. We understand it. We know how it's gonna look. We can see it coming, but we ain't there yet.
We ain't there yet. You might be there, but we ain't there.
We ain't there yet. All right. So you got something more?
Yeah, I got
quick.
Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. All right? Hey, there's no way in fucking hell, we are in hell, all right? There ain't no way in this hell that Esau's going to be able to shoot down an indestructible, unhittable, untrackable target such as a chariot, man.
And he shows you that even in his own movies.
Yeah.
When they popped that nuclear weapon, their full-fledged nuclear weapon, it blew up the town around it. Mm-hmm. But when they asked for a confirmation of Independence Day, what they couldn't give one. No. They looked out there, they were like, it's still there.
Yep.
Let's shoot another one. What? Esau,
call him back.
Exactly, call him back. Esau Edom is so stuck on his sword, like Elder Malcolm would say, since he's a hammer, every problem looks like a nail to him. Okay, every problem looks like a nail that you can't destroy something that gave you the authority and the power that only wielded so far.
I used to train dogs, right? Back in my younger years, right? My first thing was never get a dog you can't control.
Right, absolutely.
Right? Why would you have a dog that you can't control? It defeats the purpose,
right,
of trust, of being reliable, being trustworthy.
Yeah, the motherfucker that will bite the hand that feeds him.
Come on, man. All right, so why would the Lord create Esau to overtake him?
Right, man.
All right.
You said that.
Hey, as big as I was on my dad and all that, my dad beat the brakes on my ass when I was 16. I knew I couldn't beat his ass. Man.
You know what? I'm tell you, and I tell this story all the time. I was 17. Getting ready to come out of high school, benching 300 pounds, running a 4.5 40, thought I was the shit. But you want to know what my dad had did? He had already lifted enough motherfucking motors and transmissions out of cars with just them big ass 16-inch clincher pythons that he had for a bicep. Mm-hmm. I ain't talking about the bike he was on. The bike he was on was motherfucking outrageous. As far as he put this down, you looking at like a big ass Clydesdale motherfucking ill-shaped motherfucking horseshoe. I'm like, this don't make no sense. Deep as a fuck, this, that, and other, the whole deal. So if you understand anatomy and what I just described, I mean, his arms themselves was fucking outrageous. By the time I got to the point where I was just starting to get to that level, he had already established the fact, I'm the biggest dog in this block when it comes to you.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
But now that the dogs are being raised by the women, they want to know why there's no control.
Right, man, because there's no structure in it, man.
There's no structure in it.
See, Esau been left alone.
Right.
Yeah, nobody been bothering him, and it become willful and prideful, man. All right, we say who's able to make war against the beast?
Exactly. So now he believes his own height.
That's it, man.
He believes his own
walking
height.
in the light of his own fire, man.
Yeah, he thinks he's that dude now that can't nobody touch him and whatnot. But like you said, everything being everything, and this guy thinks that, like you said, why would he create a dog? Why would you have a dog that you have no control over it? And it's that and the other. Well, the Lord says that too. Yeah, here in Amos 3 and 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid?
Right, man. Hey, and the trumpet being blown, was the people seeing them chariots, man.
Exactly.
Running around filming, scared, being scared, man.
Right.
That wasn't no Project Bluebeam, man. All right? Them was real actual chariots zooming across the skies, man.
Con. So it said, and not be afraid shall there be an evil in a city, and Yahweh has not done it. So where do y'all think that Satan is this entity, a deity that can move around and do what the fuck he wants? Give me the beginning of Job.
Job, when the first chapter?
Yeah, when the sons of.
Oh, I got you.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Give me Job, man. And Satan came with him.
Probably be a minute. I don't even know what. Let's go to Job.
Let's go to Job.
This is Job 1 and 6. It says, now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them.
So how is Satan kicked out and been fallen and all this other kind of stuff and whatnot? See, that tells me that y'all don't really understand Revelation, the 12th chapter. Not the 12th chapter, when it talks about how a third of the stars fell. Y'all really don't understand that. Y'all don't have, because if you understood the 12 tribes, you'll understand that the third of them will be 3 tribes. That'd be Benjamin, like the brother said, Benjamin, Levi, and Judah being brought over here on the slave ships. But that's a different lesson for a different time. Mm-hmm. So with that being the case, and no, I'm not throwing up the Baphomet either, motherfucker, all this other kind of stuff.
Sure,
yeah, I ain't throwing up the 666s either. All right, okay. So what did it say?
Verse 7 says, and the Lord said unto Satan, when it cometh thou, then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth and from walking up and down in it.
So walking up and down in these nations and whatnot, seeing what shit I can stir up, who I can make do this. Basically the job that you gave me.
It's called to take peace from the earth.
That's it.
And that's his job, man. And you can take peace from the earth in multiple ways, not only through your violence, but also through
your subtlety,
psychological warfare, man.
Psychological warfare, subtlety, and whatnot. He didn't beat Eve's ass to get her to go. He talked that smooth shit in her ear.
Right, because if he started really reveal what he knew and what was going on, all right, people will bug out right now.
It says. The Psalm 64 and 8, your tongue will fall and they'll flee away from you. Mm-hmm. Man, this is what the fuck you on? Like Aaron Russo, he wanted no parts of fucking Nick Rockefeller when he found out what the fuck he was on. You want to chip everybody? You want to this? You want to that? I don't want no parts of this shit.
Right, as long as you be in secret, people are gonna believe you because you use lies, man.
Right.
All right, so you are forging the lies. The wicked are straight from the womb, so they'll be born. They speak lies.
Huh.
All right, so once those lies are being revealed, you're getting more backlash. So you got to do more and more witchcraft to try to continue to hide.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. That was their biggest. That was their biggest weapon that they had was their secrecy and not people not knowing. And like I told you few years ago how we was having a conversation in the currency exchange, and had this old motherfucker like in his 80s at the time and whatnot was talking about, because we was having an open discussion because it's been out there so much now that the Illuminati, the left hand side, and all this is an open discussion that you can have and whatnot. So, because some of these younger cats and whatnot, they've been watching
what you think.
Exactly. They've been looking at this and know about the Illuminati and this, that, and other, and blah, 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 and all this other kind of stuff. So we having an open conversation, but this motherfucker was like some old ass fucking type of half-ass motherfucking radio celebrity on some level and some other shit, blah, blah, blah. Call out type of dude. I think he owned a couple call outs and this, that, and other. So, he don't want that out because he done put up with a lot and had to do a lot to call himself think he's part of that fucking boule shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that whole scenario. So this is what I'm saying. But y'all think that this is going to be what's going to continue forever. And it's not. And the telltale signs are right here in front of you. You got something you want to read?
This is Psalm 68 and 33. It says, to him that rideth upon the heavens of heavens, which were of old, lo, he doth send out his voice, and that a mighty voice. Ascribe ye strength unto the Most High. His excellency is over Israel, and his strength is in the clouds.
Come.
All right, hey, those are the chariots, man.
Right.
The Lord's strength is all those chariots.
That's
You
right.
mean tell me that the Lord's strength is going to get defeated by F-16 fucking Tomahawk missile, man?
Yeah, see, he got a
goddamn Edomite.
He's got an air force and a ground force. Them chariots is his air force.
Come on, man.
So if he's got if you think you got an air force and then a space force, what you think that your Howard Shot's air force gonna look like, and what kind of power he's gonna be able to bring to the table? It already demonstrated you can't even fly in the same speed zones that I can do. And here's where it gets stupid. And then I can stop it on the dime. That for you to stop like that, you have to run into the side of a mountain.
And not only that, your damn internal organs will fucking come out.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I said. For you to stop like that, the only way you can stop the way a chariot can stop, you have to run it into the side of a mountain and whatnot. And it blows up and disintegrates as it's hitting the mountain. A chariot can do that, and the angels inside of it are like, yeah.
They're going through the mountain, man.
That's it. Or like you said, or motherfucking phase into a different stage and slide right through the motherfucker. You know what that would remind me of? That movie with Fantastic Four, The Age of the Silver Surfer, when Johnny Storm was chasing his ass all over the motherfucking New York Manhattan, and he phased and went through a fucking building, and Johnny had to go around the motherfucker and up over it and whatnot. That's a perfect example.
So he's all limited, man. All right, you want to story Nebuchadnezzar? He took over Jake. All right, he said he imputed power into his own God, man. Now knowing that the Lord gave you all that, man. All right, and I'm gonna quote the brother Yowana. The Lord give your ass weapons that he don't want.
Right, exactly.
Or Esau give you weapons you don't want. But hey, the Lord give you weapons that he can beat too, man. Right.
He didn't give you nothing that he can't defeat. It's like, okay, I'm gonna give you this 45 automatic, but I got a helmet that bullet won't be able to pierce. I can put on a Kevlar vest that it won't be able to pierce.
Mm-hmm.
I got a neck bracelet, this, that, and other. And I can go like the motherfuckers was out there in L.A. in that
robbery.
That shootout.
Two guys.
Yeah, the two guys and whatnot.
They ass hell, boy.
You see what I'm saying? I'm head to toe covered in some shit that what you got can't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you can have a firefight all you want to, but in the end, what firefight you thought you had was just you get a chance to exercise and blow your wad before I show you just so I can put your ass down.
Bro, one word.
One rough word.
Come on, dog.
That's it. One rough word, and it could be all over with. This is Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. The Lord didn't give you some fucking technology that he ain't gonna have no control over. He didn't give you nothing. Matter of fact, since you mentioned it, I'm gonna read this now. This is Second Ezra, the 13th chapter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start at 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the way there. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
All right, man. Look, hey, they're gonna be so scared that the Lord gonna make them fight.
That's right. Exactly. This story goes into that. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, because y'all trembling, but you ain't really trembling yet.
No.
Right, because the Lord ain't started his official attack yet, man.
Right.
You really ain't seen what like you may have seen how they can take over the controls and all that, but he ain't did violence upon y'all yet, man.
Nope.
He ain't opened them clouds and let you see how many chairs there are. You ready to decimate this place, man. You see? Hey, the scripture talking about we only seen for the spark of his works, man.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right? He said, what was another level but the burning and the smell of smoke, man?
That's it. Well, that's what I said. This goes into all that.
You know?
And whatnot.
But Second Ezra 13, hey, if you can't understand Second Ezra 13, then you don't understand the scriptures, man.
Absolutely.
All right? Because the Lord is coming back with vengeance, man.
This is not going to be a nice day. It said, well, what is the day of the Lord? You know,
what is it not like? Yeah.
What is it to you? Okay. What you think the Lord coming back? He go pat you on the back and give you a high five? No, if you ain't been out here in the right mindset, and like I said, you getting ready to get it. All right, you getting ready to get it in a whole different way. Let me see what we got here. What?
I got something real quick.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 63:1 says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Right.
I that speak righteousness mighty to save." All right, and even Basra is wherever the strongholds are at, man. All right, so he's destroying Russia. He's destroying Ukraine right now. All right, pretty soon he's gonna make his way over here to America, man, and also over there to the Holy Land, man. All right, the Lord is gonna show the world his might. All right, the scripture talking about how he lifted up no hand, no weapon of war. All right, but a fire came out of his mouth, man, and that's that counter-traded missile fire coming up from chariots, man. All right, there's gonna be chariots zooming, picking brothers up, picking the elect up. There's gonna be some chariots, destroying things, man. All right, and you mean to tell me that Esau's he can't even stop Russia's missiles from coming over here, man?
Right.
You mean to tell me he gonna stop a chariot from the Most High, man?
Yeah, what y'all think is happening? Like I said, that's why. Like I said, remember that Super Bowl commercial years ago?
Commercial?
No, this was the one where it was the one where they was in the bar and the nukes was going off and the guy and the girl was dancing. He was like, "It's now or never." Man. And it was a commercial like that, and it was that the nukes was going off. Everybody had realized, okay, we, I didn't even know where to go. Where am I gonna go and try to get away from this shit at? Mm-hmm. So they standing in the bar and whatnot, doing this motherfucking shit. All this. The electricity, because of the EPMs that have been going off, is starting to make shit short out and the whole deal. And this, that, and other. That's the look. That's the sinking feeling that the people out there in the flatlands here in America, when they see the nukes come up out the gauze and whatnot taking off, they know if something's taking off, something's inbound. Mm-hmm. Okay. What's so funny is because this man actually don't have control over his own nuclear weapons. The Lord can let him push the button on it to pull him out and make him go up and turn around and come back to him.
Ain't like on the cartoons, man.
Exactly.
The cartoons, like they'll do something to make the mother go up and they'll turn around and hit Jerry in the ass.
Right.
Top of the
head. Right. So this is the things that y'all not understanding. And this, that, and the other. So I've got one. This is Matthew 13 and where I want to go. I'm gonna start at 41. 13 and 41. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. This is a future prophecy that we're watching come to fruition even as we speak. All that shit you see going over there, Russia telling America, look, our fight was with Ukraine, but our fight with Ukraine was our fighting ourselves because that was our shit in the first place. But now since you giving them all this military aid in the background, our fight is going to eventually come to you as well.
Well, it's only fair. Like, look, I'm fighting you, right? Somebody give you a gun to kill me or shoot me. Well, I'm going to get the guy who gave you the gun to fucking, you know?
Right. Like I said, hey, I gave a guy a gun to take you out, and you was able to make him miss for whatever reason it might be, and one of the homies tossed you a pistol, and you a hell of a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker, I'm blowing you first, and I'm blowing him too, because a friend of my enemy is my enemy.
That's it.
And that's exactly what you've established. Because they were fighting among themselves. When this first talked off, all my sit downs was, how could America do something with that with Ukraine? That would be like if Texas decided they wanted to fall and go solo thing and whatnot, then y'all want to get mad. Oh no, actually, what I compared it to was the Cuban Missile crisis. When America had Cuba. When Russia was getting ready to give Cuba Castro them fucking missiles, and how y'all went up in arms and shit, and then y'all was trying to do the same thing with Ukraine, and Putin wasn't going.
Right, man. Ain't no fun. The rabbit got the gun, man.
Exactly.
All right. And what you fail to realize, Esau, was that no matter what you think you got, the Lord deceiving your ass, man.
I said, yo, whatever you think you got, it's still not going to have the technology to fight against what Yahweh Shai is getting ready to send back here.
And you know that. That's why the Lord got to put the spirit in you to fight.
Exactly.
All right. That's like, when I was a kid, when I was to bully motherfuckers, right?
Right.
I had to do certain stuff to make them fight, man.
Right.
Take the G.I. Joe and break the arm.
Oh, damn.
You know what I'm saying?
You was that dude.
Man, come on, man. Wow. Hey, you got to provoke them, man. You know they wouldn't fight.
Right.
Yeah, they want to talk tough, all in class and the teachers there.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the same thing with the Lord, man. Right. And the Lord will have to put the spirit in you to go ahead and to make you do what you got to do, man.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and read that scripture now. You're gonna do the breakdown on it and whatnot, man. We're gonna end it with this. Okay. So this is Second Ezra. I'm gonna pick it up at about 3. And lo, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen unto him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice.
Hey, look, man, the chariots, that counterfeit missile fire, man, all right, it's going to be something that's going to be indubitably
good.
Understood by everybody, man.
That's it. Exactly. Hey, they say that all eyes shall see. All eyes shall see.
That's right.
When he comes back. Okay.
Hey, this brother. Hey, this revolution is gonna be
televised. This ain't gonna be no Gil Scott. The revolution will be televised.
That's right.
Okay. Whatsoever his voice went out his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heavens to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
Everybody's gonna stop what they're doing to go fight against the Lord, man.
Yeah, because when he came out to sea, what is that talking about? You got to understand, you got waters above. So coming out that sea is coming out the fucking stratosphere.
he's gonna reappear. He's gonna uncloak himself right in front of your ass, man.
Right. But I beheld, and lo, he had engraved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place where the hill was graven, and I could not.
Right, man. You know, you go to some of the movies, they talk about how them chariots were covering whole
cities
and lands, man.
Right. They showed you that, like I said, like the one thing, that one Independence Day track where it showed this chariot coming over the city, and they had like a whole fucking bridge and a whole fucking skyline, and the chariot was
shadows.
It was like, I got all this covered and faded, man, and whatnot. So, you know, whatever, I don't know if it was Manhattan or whatever, so however big Manhattan was, this motherfucker was bigger than that. It's square yardage and footage and everything else, because it was amply, as it was covering it, it had all of this, and it was still that, and it was covered, baby. It was covered. It was like taking a sheet and putting it over a coffee table, or some shit like that, you know.
A big sheet.
Yeah, taking a king size sheet and throwing it over your motherfucking kitchen coffee table or whatever, or your front room coffee table. It not only covered it, it draped it. Okay. Okay, but I would have seen a regional place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet does fight. And lo, he saw the violence of the multitude that came. He neither lifted up his hand nor held sword nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. That's all the different fucking weaponry that how White House shot bring to the table. This is bringing that out, this is blazing that out, and this, that, and the other, and whatnot. Okay. And they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and a great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
Right, that old thing you did on I want to say Asher.
Right.
I want to say Asher. That damn, what was it? Where they where Esau had an experimental thing. They put on they had used a like a heat ray or something like that, and they had actually roasted a lot of. Man, I gotta find it, man. I don't want to.
Okay.
But point being, Esau has technology where they can burn you up, you know, microwave technology and all that.
Right.
Well, look, hey, and the Lord got something a million times more intense, man. You know, hey, the Lord is coming with things that you've never seen before, man.
Right.
You know.
So, see, this is what I'm saying. So he's going to have to put that on you to fight. Okay. He gonna make you fight the same way he had to do Pharaoh.
I was just thinking about that.
The same way he had to do Pharaoh and whatnot. He's gonna put it on you and make you fight, and you ain't gonna have a choice in the matter or whatnot. But in that fight, he's doing it to show his power. And so, if he's doing this to show his power, he can't let you then in that fight.
And you really think your dad gonna let you whoop his ass?
Oh no.
All right, like really, are you gonna let your son whoop your ass up?
Oh no. Like I said, you know, this is when you find out. You find out, as they say, just how much strength I actually had on me and whatnot. I never took you and threw you across the fucking room before. But let's get that established. I can grab your ass and snatch you and sling your ass across the room. So by the time you crash through the table and bounce off the couch and go to get the fuck up,
you understand?
I'm already standing right there.
Yeah.
Do I make myself clear?
You want some more of this, old man?
Exactly. And my old man had established that with me, and by the time I had the 300-pound bench press, it was like, so what? I'm benching 300. He pulling damn near 450 out of the car with his arms and shit. My 3 ain't shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, and the Lord, and He control us.
Exactly.
All right, He gonna make something He can't control, man.
Exactly. That's basically what it boils down to. And whatnot. The Lord doesn't have some wild dog out there running rampant, is doing whatever the fuck he wants to and whatnot. No matter how it's like that crazy looking rabbit ass pit bull that's running the street and everybody afraid of it, and he will fuck all that up. But you coming on,
Yep.
And he stopped what he doing.
Yep.
All right.
That's boss right there. And I got that well. If I don't know what he said, he gonna fucking.
He gonna make it. He already established this.
Yeah.
He established that when I showed him my food aggression.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He showed me that when I established my food aggression.
Yep.
He put his hand down there. I went to bite it. He grabbed me by my neck, flipped me on my motherfucking back, and pressed and let me know. Forget about that shit.
Yeah. Yep. And Esau got a food aggression, man.
Exactly. Esau got a food aggression. So, hey, that's all we got to say on this subject and whatnot. Y'all shot down something, but it was not a chariot of the UFO. I mean, it was not a chariot of Yahweh shot. It was an unidentified flying object, but it was not of Yahweh shot's origin.
Don't believe Area 51 and that EB shit.
All right. So with that, we want to send all praises, honor, and glory again out to
Yahweh,
Hashem, Hashem, we hope that was edifying to hopefully elect and to the rest of the world. Abba.
Blah, blah, blah.